This video will work through the lower back. You want to bring your knees into your chest and take a breath through your belly. Then we'll bring the knees over to the right. You'll notice that the left hip and knee are behind the right, so let's bring them forward so that the hips, knees, and ankles stack on top of each other. Right hand can go wherever feels supportive so that your body can relax, and left arm opens out to the side. You want to breathe through your belly, pushing your belly button out on an inhale and relaxing on an exhale. Allow this breath to be slow to help these muscles relax. When you're ready to come out, you can take a breath through your belly. As you exhale, bring your belly button towards your spine to bring your knees back to center. And then we'll bring the legs to the left, bringing right hip and knee forward so that hip, knee, and ankle stack on top of each other. Left arm goes where supportive, and right arm opens out to the side. We'll go back to that breathing through the belly. So the muscle that we're releasing here is called quadratus lumborum. And you may notice a difference between left side and right side. So if there's one side that feels tighter or you're really enjoying the stretch more, that's the side that you want to do on a regular basis to help these muscles even out. Bring your knees back into your chest, and then we can rock and roll up to seated. Now we'll work with transverse abdominis. This muscle starts at the low back at the spine and comes all the way around to the front. So if you've ever taken a Pilates class and they talk about the inner corset, that's this muscle. Take a breath through your belly, and as you exhale, bring your belly button towards your spine and hold it there. So when we do this, we want to make sure that we're not tensing, but that we're feeling our belly draw away from our hands on an exhale. The second way to engage it is by using our hands for feedback to get our brain involved. We don't want to use lobster claw hands. So take a breath through your belly. As you exhale, bring your hands in towards the midline and then bring your belly button towards your spine. When this muscle is really strong, you'll feel an engagement in the low back too. So now to stretch our calves, we'll come onto hands and knees. And then let's tuck the back toes, the right toes. And instead of having the butt stick out, let's tuck the pelvis underneath us. And if you have hyperextended elbows like I do, then you just want to soften the bend so they're straight, but you're not sitting in the joint. And then let's do the second side, left toes tuck, and see if you can go right into the supportive posture. Breathe here through your belly and stay as long as you like. So to open up the hamstrings, I like to do down dog. If this is too advanced for you, I'll show you another stretch for the hamstrings after. So to go into down dog, fingers spread as wide as they go, enough room for your shoulders, tuck the toes and lift the hips up. So you may be looking more like this with your hips underneath you and your legs straight. So let's try to bend your knees a lot and then really stick your butt out. Once that happens, see if you can pull the hips away from the hands so there's a nice long line of energy. So for me, this is enough of a stretch in the hamstrings. If you need a little bit more, you can start to straighten your legs and bring your heels towards the mat. You just want to make sure that you don't lose the position of your pelvis and your low back. And if you'd like to extend this into a calf stretch along with a hamstring stretch, you can start to move your heels toward the mat. So we'll come down onto our hands and knees. And then we'll do the second hamstring stretch. So if you have a yoga block or something that you can bring your foot up on that's not too high, you want to have the hips not tucked underneath you, but really sticking out. So you want to pull the knee away from the hip. That is the line of the hamstring, so we want to stretch it. And then you want to flex the toes. This also can allow you to engage your transverse abdominis and feel a long line from the sits bones to the head and a long line out. So you can stay in this as long as you need. And do your best to find the most length in each of these poses. Breathing through your belly. And only going to your stretch. So the last thing that we want to work through is standing. So if I could sit into all my joints, this is how I would stand. So we want to bring hips underneath shoulders, and then we want to extend the knees all the way and then unlock them so that they're straight but we're not sitting in the joint. Then bring one hand around to the hair at the nape of the neck and pull up. And then with the right shoulder, bring it forward, up, all the way back and down, and left shoulder forward, up, all the way back and down. Standing like this, you'll notice that your abdominals will engage, and you're welcome.